Come on. Where is this thing? Can't seem to find it. Hold on here. Oh, hey, it's you guys there. Well, as you can see, we've got a lot of new cases coming in here, especially this new Frame 4000 series of, unfortunately, they discontinued the 4000D, which I kind of like, but that's okay. But today, we're going to talk about some cases, some cool things that we've been cooking up in the shop lately. So this one's a little bit older. It's not a brand new case. It's not new by any means, but it's one of the cooler cases that I like. It's pretty big behemoth, so I think you're going to like it. Go ahead and come on down this way. So, without further ado, let me introduce the Corsair 7000D. Now, I'm a tall guy, 6'3", little chubby 250. It's okay. Height-wise, though, this thing's huge. This table comes up to about my hip, and this guy's at the top of my chest, almost to my shoulders here. So, as you can tell, a lot of room, a lot of space to do a lot of cool things with this guy. So, with this, there's a lot of area and room for customizability. Now, I like RGB. I like a lot of cool, fancy things. If you look at my system at home, it's covered in RGB. Don't hate. It's just because I like cool colors. Okay. We get down to here. There's a lot of opportunity for some cool things. Now, what I'm going to show you is a little bit more on the basic, non-colorful side, but when you strip it down to its bare bones, you've got a lot of potential to do a lot of crazy, cool things. So let me get into what's in this system, and then afterwards we'll talk about some of the customizable options and the things that you can do to make it more attuned to what you want. Now, in this particular system, we have an Asus WRX90 Sage Pro Wi-Fi. This guy's a pretty crazy EATX motherboard. We actually have one of the more top-of-the-line Threadrippers in here, the Threadripper Pro series. I believe it's a 7900, but I'd have to check just to make sure. Hey guys, Nate here, post-production. As you can tell, I've stopped the video for a moment to add a little bit of key details. I know I just said 7900 Threadripper Pro. Let me be a little bit more specific. It is a 7995 WX Pro, which is a 96 core count with, what was it, 164 threads? Pretty crazy, pretty big behemoth. So I know I may have embellished a little bit, or maybe not embellished enough how massive this rig is. When I tell you the specs of the fact that it only sat at 72 degrees at full load, just understand that that is an absolutely massive processor throwing almost 365 total wattage. Okay? Cool. Back to what I was saying before. We've got a Silverstone 360mm AIO installed in the top mount of this guy here. And if I show you, you can kind of see it fits just right up on top in here. The 7000D actually comes pre-installed with two front-mounted 140mm and one rear-mounted 140, which in this particular case gives us plenty of airflow. We're only using an NVIDIA 4000A, or actually RTX. Yes, RTX 4000, using that new 12-pin NVIDIA connector here. We did have to make some modifications to the case because it is an EATX motherboard. It doesn't have the traditional slotting that goes right into here. But the cool thing about it is you know, when you have something that's maybe a smaller or larger motherboard, usually you have issues with cases, but not with this guy. Inside here, we have an RM1200X Corsair power supply feeding this behemoth of a power sucker, because I promise you, this CPU is pulling well into the high rates. Now, the cool thing is all of these front fan configurations and top mounted fans all have screens for dust filtering and removable pieces. So when it comes to building it, putting it together, and just general aesthetics, everything looks really good. So what I showed you there was the front portion. These are the top portions here. And this is what that AIO looks like in the back here. Got plenty of USB ports, BMC access, you know, flash USB updates, you know, all the simple stuff that you would expect on a workstation motherboard like a WRX90. I think at the end of the day, this is a crazy build, but let's get into some of the customizable options that we can do in the future. Now, obviously, you've seen what's in this guy. You've seen, you know, some of the simpler stuff that we've got, but if you're like me, I would have put some cool rinky-dink, you know, RGB AIO or, you know, some RGB RAM or something. I mean, this guy's kind of basic, but at the end of the day, it's more function over aesthetics. But there's a lot of opportunities to do a lot of cool things with this. You can put, I believe on this motherboard, you could probably fit like two 4090s in it, do a lot of cool stuff with it. This is probably one of the most powerful CPUs on the AMD side that you could do. And really, at the end of the day, it depends on what you are doing as an somebody who has this PC, if you're doing some workstation functions or anything like that, I mean, the ranges of customizability are pretty high. So, when it comes down to it, you just got to express to us what your vision is, what you're looking for. And if you want it to look a little extra cool, just ask for Nathan and say, hey, Nate, what would you do to make this look really cool? But nonetheless, hit up our sales team. They'll get you in touch with our engineers. We'll put a configuration together for you. And I think you're going to like what comes out at the end. So with that, that's it for the case review today on the 7000D here. But I'm going to get back to work here and see if I can find those cases I was looking for, and maybe my sanity. So thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later.